Check it. Me, a vegetarian, I ain't immune to beef, but oh why do I keep thinking of you? I don't know, man. This your boy JBZ back on this beautiful day again. You see the leaves behind me changing. I'm an outdoorsman myself. Uh, yeah, it's been an interesting. This has been a interesting week here because of in American news today, we are looking at like coming down to the wire, right? And actually, November 5th is approaching. These two candidates are on the campaign trail. They are like literally like visiting states, visiting cities, visiting towns, visiting counties, and they are putting it all on the line. They are out there, you guys. I'm talking literally like just putting it all on the line. Like it feels like, you know how they say you leave it on the court, you leave it on the court, right? Or you leave it on the field, you leave it in the ring. This what this feel like. Like they putting it all out there. They leaving it out there. Like it's like it feel like, you know how somebody like this gonna be a tough opponent to beat. I just gotta go all out and just do. It feel like her campaign is doing that. It feel like his campaign is doing that too, you guys. But it's just like they got one glove on, one glove off. These people, I keep hearing this stuff across the feeds, right? On my IG, on the YouTube, and I keep hearing people saying these people don't care nothing about you. This is coming from both all ethnicities. This is where these people don't care nothing about us. That's what they keep saying. And then the main question they ask them, okay, if they don't care about them, and the conversation progress, and they say, "So who you voting for? Are you voting this year?" And they kind of like, you know, yeah. Now, I don't know if on a national scale they are, but probably locally they will be. But this joint right here is all gloves off. This joint is crazy. She was just on the east side of Atlanta doing her thing over at a church. I want to say it was New Birth. And you know how it go. Y'all know how it go. It don't supposed to be like, well, hey, they say you need the black vote in order to win elections. They say that. And that make me think about the population of people. Just think about if you didn't have the black vote, right? Like they would still choose a candidate, but they'll be like, what the fuck just happened? Like what did we just witness here? Sort of like the boycott on the bus joint, you know? Or sort of like, every boycott that we did before and change heads and change laws, but they'll be like, man, what the fuck just went on here? You telling me, so this, yes, you can't win without the black vote. Very important. Some of y'all will disagree with me, and that's fine. I'm ready to take that comment and disagreement, but at the same time, we change cultures. We flip cultures around. They want to look like us. They want to act like us. They want to talk like us. They want to be like us. Trump knows where he's supposed to be, and Miss Harris knows where she's supposed to be. She get those statistics. She get that stuff, and they whipping that paper back. Well, blah 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 blah. And she's like, yeah, but I didn't have their support when I was there. Well, let's go back this time right here, and let's win them over. Okay, what you gonna win them over with? She got a commercial running talking about $25,000 the black men first time home buyers owning a home. That been out. She just changed the name to black men. That been out, the $25,000. They have all these joints you can get when you're a first time home buyer. and you have to pay it back. They did have one that I think years ago when you got it, you just had to be in the home for 5 years and they rule it, boom. But you got to pay it back. So you really ain't getting nothing. They just labeling it a different way. You know, McDonald's, McDowell's. It's funny though. And this is the weirdest part about this part. Okay, mic's still on. It's funny though. And here's the weirdest part about this. She has her rally. Trump has his rally. Trump has his rally at Madison Square Garden, right? Whoever threw this and whoever put this together, they put this together well intricate. They was up there talking that stuff, shouted. They was up there saying what they needed to say for their base. Listen, they was up there at Madison Square Garden. Everybody who took the podium, they was saying what they had to say, and they knew they had to say for their base. So you saying exactly how you feel, right? That's what I get from it. When you say you for all Americans, you can't talk the way they talk. They are ready for all Americans. It's been proven. But when you use the phrase you for all Americans, it just throws a whole nother piece of tool out the way. Because you're not being specific. And you're going to say, well, what I look like, I can't. This guy is out there doing it. They're saying what they feel. Understand this. You have a committee of people, right? All y'all think alike. All y'all walk alike. All y'all act alike. All y'all dressed alike. I'm talking khakis and pleated shirts. And then next thing you know, they get shit moving. They may cuss each other out. They may be like, "Damn, you better got," you know, like, you look, you redneck. And then they calling each other names, and yeah, the next thing you know, they make it work. I watched a little bit of the segments of them on the podium talking, and to be honest with you, I mean, shit, I find it quite intriguing. I did. This talk has never been nowhere, man. This talk always been here. I'm in America. Been here already. It's just a different type of people who talking it right now. They're not the people from back in the day. They're not the people from the 50s and the 30s who's talking this right now. These people were born like in the 60s. I mean, it may have been like an old head up there. So they only understood the history of what they were reading and probably saw a little bit in their childhood. But other than that, they're not the ones who going around bombing shit and goddamn just running up on people and beating them the fuck up. These are not those type of people. These people sit back, they watch what's going on, and then they just say what they say. And shit, you can't do nothing but respect it. If she would talk like that, oh my gosh. It you know what? I'm not gonna even get into that. But anyway, in American news, Joe Rogan had former Vice President Donald Trump on his podcast, you guys, in Texas. Yeah, had him on the podcast. I want to say, man, was it almost 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours, maybe? By the way, hit like the first time when it came across my feed, you guys, it came across, what's today? Sunday. It came across Sunday, and it was at 27 million views when it came across. I think no, Monday. It was 27 million views. I was on a Monday when I saw it. And you could tell Joe Rogan, man, he want to talk to it. Joe Rogan wants to talk to a human being, okay? He don't want to talk to a robot. I mean, he may tell Alexa to turn on something or whatever, all that. But when you sitting across from him, he wants to talk to a human being, and he's talking to his guests who he respect the most as human beings. He talked to them that way. He's not going all in on them. He's not like trying to be combative or nothing. You could tell how he is in his interviews. He's a human being, natural. So I heard that, there is talks of VP Harris coming on the show, and it's a little tough. And it's still for the booking. It didn't go away, but she has her own, I guess, her own stipulations about, coming on the show. And from what I heard, it was more so the fact that she wanted Joe Rogan to come to her instead of her going to good old state of Texas. It's his show. He do it in his show, his platform. I'm figuring I bet you shit 99.9% of the time you're pretty safe. So, and Joe Rogan wants to talk to a human being, right? So, be on the lookout. I hope Rogan get that. I hope Miss Harris get a chance to get on the Joe Rogan show. And I think I heard in the little stipulation she got going on is like she want to talk for an hour or something like that. You can't. I feel you, Joe. I feel y'all. I feel the same thing y'all saying. When you want to know why am I giving you the power of attorney to make these decisions for the United States, I need to actually know who you are. In an hour, in an hour you may know, but 2-3 hours, yeah, man, you able to kind of settle down in that chair. You guys you understand that the territory you on is not harmful. You may get into a comfort zone, okay? You may say something you shouldn't have said, but other than that, that's the whole part of Joe Rogan talking to you like a human being. You talking to him like one too. Putting all that other stuff aside, just talk with each other. But I'm interested to see the show, you guys. Another thing in American news. Your boy Elon Musk, E. Musk. Give him name. You know how we change people's name. E. Musk. He was talking with Tucker Carlson, right? Basically, E. Musk was one of the people on stage at Madison Square Garden too. They asked him a little bit about Trump winning or losing, and he kind of was like, if he loses, I'm fucked. And he kind of like saying in a joking way, but in a way he feels from his perspective when Tucker Carlson was asking him a couple of questions, he do feel like Trump has something to offer to the United States of America. Now, is that to get rich people rich? I could say yes. Is that can make poor people poor? Yes. Is that can make poor people get money? Yes. Is that can take away from the rich? Yes. There's something he can do. The way E. Musk was saying. But E. Musk brought up something that was kind of peculiar to me. And I'm thinking, how would he bring this up? And he talked about the Epstein papers. These Epstein papers, they saying this what E. Musk is insinuating, okay? He's saying that if he happened to come into office, he may can get his hands on those papers and may can expose people that's on these papers, right? use them to his advantage. So the people who I want to say may can be on those papers or may know some political figure that's higher talking to these people and saying, hey, we can't have him become president. We can't have that. Nah, we don't want him as. No, 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 no. That's what this is sounding like. And this is what E. Musk is putting together, right? Then Tucker Carlson asked him a little bit of something else, right? And he was just like, basically like, man, you guys don't understand. If he loses, then he just feel like Trump gonna feel like he just lost. He didn't feel like anything would erupt or anything like that, right? But E. Musk went into something else that was like real, like, okay, boom. He was like, well, it's funny how they taking shots at Trump and not at VP, right? For those attempts. And E. Musk was trying to say, like, he didn't want anything to happen to either one of the candidates. He's not saying he wants something to happen to VP Harris. He's saying he don't want anything to happen to Trump. But he just looking at the situation, like, why they trying to quiet this man? Why they trying to divert this man, trying to wear him down? Like, why? Right? That's where he coming from in the whole. And I understand that. And some people can blow it out of proportion and say, oh, he wants something to happen to VP Harris, which nobody wants that. No. But he sees something. He see a pattern. He see a pattern. Very bright individual, you know. And you could tell he's pretty bright. I mean, he named this one of his childs. It was a dope name he named, right? So I'm just like, man, he may not get, win. I mean, may not win. He got a strong chance of winning, but you know what I mean? Like, it's your boy Jay Beezy. Peace.